Q102 Breakfast with Aidan and Venetia. Aha, take on me. 8:35.
Yes, and we have a very special guest in the studio today. What's your name again?
My name is Ryan Tubridy, and I will be your... What will I be? Your spirit guide for the next 10 minutes.
Your first day in the new school.
Yeah, you know, there's a bit of that. That's why I brought my my mala. It's fresh, and my new school bag.
We're very grateful you're here
Nice
because
to see you both. Thank you.
You know, our coffee machine was on the blink for a few days. Then we came out of the studio last Thursday to the announcement that you were going to be our new colleague.
I am.
By Friday, the coffee machine was fixed.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you very much.
Oh, I see.
delighted.
I thought that was going somewhere, which was
God,
I'm
make us
delighted you're here
two
because we needed
Americanos.
somebody to run down and get the coffee every morning. So
That just set you in, you see. You're one of the lads.
Do you know, but in fairness, that's how I started in the business. Was getting the coffee and the tea. So you know, as I continue as I mean to go on, obviously. Yeah,
Absolutely.
But it's good to see you both. And
Pull
thanks for
that
having
microphone.
me.
It's a little bit awkward. It's a new one for us. Just pull it up towards you a bit. Yeah.
How's
Perfect.
that?
That's much better.
Okay,
Much better.
I'll get used to this business someday.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
This life-changing new adventure you start.
Yeah,
Brilliant. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling on top of the world now because it was bumpy and you know life throws you curveballs and you then respond to those things in a way that you best can, and with great family around you and encouragement and good people and friends, and then you meet people like in London, and who are so encouraging and so welcoming and warm, as I've got from Virgin and here in Q102. Excuse me. And they say, you know, we actually like what you do and we want you to do it for us.
Yeah.
And suddenly, out of nowhere comes these opportunities, and they're big and they're beautiful and they're exciting. So it's been an intriguing road.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of interesting that like you turned 50 in May,
May
and
28th.
it's sort of you know, the future begins at 50.
Yeah.
I sort of think it's a different no, but I actually do. I think
it's
a different mindset, and it's a different sort of future.
Yes.
You're in a different point in your life. Do you feel that?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Venetia, and because it's like it's in some ways it's like you feel like it's the halfway mark. I definitely think that's right. And to me, this is the chapter 2 situation.
Exactly.
In so many ways, personally, professionally, with the constants that will always be part of the story. But definitely this is, I mean, London, I always thought I might go to London someday.
Why? Because you can now get duty free coming back.
And that changed everything. Brexit changed, and I knew as soon as Brexit happened, I've got to get to London. Every week, clink, clink, clink. Good morning. And then circumstances allowed me to look at London very, very seriously, and now here we are. And it'll be, you know, it's going to be 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. Live from London, broadcasting with our friends here in Q102 into Dublin and beyond. So yeah, it's kind of an international show in some weird way. But all shows are international. I'm sure you guys have listeners from all over the world now on the app.
Absolutely.
So, you know,
There's something special about you going to London to take up a broadcasting position there, because, you know, we're a little island. We've punched way above our weight. And as a people, we always feel so proud of somebody who goes abroad and does it, more so than when they do it at home.
Yeah, well, you got that right. And you know, I was at the Irish Post Awards there last 2 weeks ago, and about 1,000 Irish people sitting around the place, and God, they were so nice and so welcoming, and they were doing a real nice thing. And one of the things they did was really nice. They were saying, "And how you feel?" I said, "Oh, well, you know, I'm not going to be cocky and say I'm going to do this. But I am comfortable in my skin, and I am confident. There's a huge difference, as you know." And they said, you know what, the commute's not that bad, and it's real nice, there's lovely people here, and here's where you should live. So there's a lovely warmth to the welcome. But you know, you're right, Aidan, as well. I think a lot about Terry Wogan at this time, because he was who I grew up with on the TV and on the radio. And I'd see he had a chat show on TV called Wogan, and then his radio show. Then I was doing a bit of filling in work about 10 years ago, and you know, I went for lunch with Terry, and you know, we were talking about Irish music, and we sat down for a few hours in a tapas restaurant in London near his studio, which is now called Wogan House.
Absolutely brilliant.
After him, the Radio 2 head, whatever. Anyway, the point being that he was somebody I looked up to and admired as a broadcaster, and as I said last week, I would love if he was around today, because I think I'd love to have had a glass of something with him.
He was great fun.
He was great fun.
But he'd mentor you.
Yeah.
And he was a bit like that. And in fairness, Chris Evans is quite like that. Although he's not Irish, he looks like he could be.
He's
Irish.
got the red hair.
He's got the red hair
still,
and he loved Jerry Ryan. Chris Evans, fully enough, and as did I. So there's a nice connection all the way around there. But yeah, my Irishness is very important to me. I'm not going to wear it heavily because no one should necessarily wear their nationality in a heavy-handed way. But I will definitely be flying the flag for Ireland when I'm over there.
Do you know the way sometimes as well dates kind of align, cosmic stars, all that sort of stuff?
I'm starting to believe that stuff. I used to laugh at that.
Yeah, well,
not anymore.
Today, for instance, the 60th anniversary, one of your heroes,
Kennedy.
John Kennedy.
John
Kennedy.
Yeah, the 22nd of November 1963, 60 years ago today. In Dallas, the assassination of Kennedy. And to me, the Kennedy story has always been fascinating. Not actually because of the assassination. I always felt that was grim. I hated the conspiracy theory. I thought it was for cranks and crackpots. What I loved about his story was he was an Irishman, essentially. And that his story began generations before in the 1840s when Ireland was on its knees and this poor Irish lad from Wexford went over in the boat. And within 3 or 4 generations, his family was the most important family on the planet Earth. You talk about flying the flag.
Yeah.
That's a story. Like, that's about resilience. And we have that in our bones. You get knocked down, you get punched in the face, you get kicked, and you can go 2 ways. You can stay down or you can work your way back up. And that's the Kennedy story, and that's a good inspiration for all of us.
Well, my little story on the back of that was I was in Boston a couple of years ago, and we went obviously to the Kennedy Museum.
It's a great museum, the library, yeah.
So we're in the shop buying souvenirs afterwards, and of course there's Ryan Tubridy's book. What? No way. What? So congratulations on that. I mean, talk about reaching out and punching up.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, funny enough, I've been accused of punching above my weight a lot recently for different reasons, but I'll tell you about that another day.
Actually, just speaking of dates, I was reading something quite nice. I think it was over the weekend that your actual start date, the 4th of January, is your dad's, would have been your dad's birthday.
Anniversary, yeah.
Is there something reassuring and comforting that that's the date you're starting your new adventure?
It is. I mean, I don't know how fixed the date is. I thought it might be that date, but either way, if it lands there or thereabouts, it's early January was always the dad's, and actually January is both my daughter's birthdays. January.
Oh wow!
Like, I'm not trying to spread this cosmic energy around the place.
But sometimes the things do align.
Yeah,
there's a reason.
Yeah, my nephew's birthday. So very important people in my life have a January thing, and I think as it was advised to me, if you're starting something fresh, either September, like a new school year, or January, but not before. So I just love new beginnings. I love like, I saw snowdrops in my garden yesterday, and when I say garden, I've got a garden the size of a postage stamp, but there was a few pots, and I thought, wait a second, let's get Christmas out of the way.
Now you're really showing your 50.
Yeah. When I spotted the snowdrops. But I'm just saying that I love when I see the green shoots, and I think I won't be greatly upset to say goodbye to 2023.
Okay, that's understandable.
But I will be
excited.
But there were beacons throughout the year that I mightn't have appreciated as much in any other year. So there's kindness, and there's warmth, and there's the great Irish public. They're amazing. They're amazing, and then personal things, nice things happened, and yet 2024, I'm ready. Like, I'm so ready for this January. I just want to get. I don't want to wish away December.
Oh, but you're right.
I love Christmas.
It's a new departure. It's brilliant. You want to start.
And I didn't realise how spectacular London was until I started going over a lot recently. I've always dipped in and out, gone to a show, gone to a wedding or whatever. But now,
there's a buzz about it out there. So.
Oh, and you know what I love? And this might sound strange. I love being a ghost. I love no one knowing. No phones.
Just for now.
Well, I appreciate your confidence.
Come here. You know the way it is a big move to a big city. So what do you miss?
What I miss? It's funny you should say that, because I was in the shop the other day going, why are Irish people obsessed with Barry's versus Lions?
Yeah.
And I was looking at the tea bags going, I probably have to bring a stash over, because I don't really want to, and because I want to keep buying Irish, if you can do that. And for my kitchen in my flat, I wanted to be a little Republic of Irish
Super Queen
phrase.
sausages.
Exactly.
Dublin cheese.
Yeah, I want all that stuff, and that's not to say I won't embrace their no, I'm not going to eat their pies. I'm gonna eat the stuff I want. So yeah, I'll probably miss that sort of thing.
Is there anything you're going to bring over from here that's personal that you have at home? You know the way everyone has something. If you move house, you move area,
my
and
pillow.
you go.
My pillow.
Really?
I hate a bad pillow. I can't stand going to a hotel or B&B. You know the spongy ones. I'm like, oh God. No, I mean I'm joking when I say that. But
you know you're going to be inundated with pillows.
No. I don't want rubbish ones. No, I don't want any of them.
Only expensive ones, please.
No, not at all.
One final question, and I'm not trying to upset the party here, and you've had a great time, and thank you for coming in and welcome on board the team.
I'm excited. It's really lovely.
Friday sees the biggest TV show of the year. How do you feel?
I feel so happy that I had 14 beautiful years doing it. I loved every single toy show I did. I feel so happy that I was able to pass it on and say it's somebody else's now. And I always say that when people say to me, oh, I'm going to miss you from the show. I said, no, it's in great hands. It's going to be great. And there is a wonderful bunch of people working on that show. And I wish them all only the best. And Paddy, good luck on his first. It's a big gig and he'll be well able for it. And I'm not going to miss it in the sense because I did it and I had my fun and I left the Late Late Show just at the right time for me. I was delighted to leave it behind. I don't miss it at all. I don't say that in a bad way. I loved it. And that's the critical point of that sentence before anyone starts chopping it up.
Onwards and upwards.
I loved it. And but I hope all the children have fun. I'm going to be in Clifton, lighting the lights in Clifton on Friday night with members of my own family and friends who've been very nice to me over the summer who I want to regroup with. And Clifton was very special to me as a place over the summer. I got great cake. Pints. I shot some great pool.
Had nice pillows.
I had nice pillows. I had great walks. I remember at one stage I was walking from Cleggan, and I turned out I was going to have a big long walk to Omey Island, and it was probably going to turn into a 15-kilometre walk, and I had a briefcase in my hand and a book under my arm, and I go, where did this? It was like something out of the Twilight Zone, and I was walking along, and it was just things were pretty chaotic at the time. And a car pulled up and a woman said to me, she said, you look like a man who could do with a lift. And I said, I'm probably going way too out of your range. And she said, whatever your range is, I'll make it my range. And I swear to God. Beautiful. And you know what? I got in that woman's car and she told me, she said, I hope you're doing okay. I said, I'm doing, how are you? And she said, I got some really bad news this week. And she had a medical issue. And I said, I was feeling sorry for myself a minute ago. Your story is more important than mine, obviously, but we're friends now. Anyway, I hope she's okay. She was like, do you remember Stairway to Heaven or something like that? It was like, or just this person comes down, Clarence the Angel, it's a Wonderful Life, and just beams down. God, I needed that at that time. So, and that's more of it, just when you expect it least or something, just kindness comes out of the blue and it's beautiful. Yeah.
Well said, sir. And listen, congratulations
Thank you
again.
both.
Thank you very much.
We're looking forward to hearing you here on Dublin's Q&A 2 from January and also on Virgin. Virgin Radio.
Thank you guys, and if it's not too previous, happy Christmas to you and your families and to all your listeners.
All right.
To all our listeners.
Our listeners. I will bring you down to show you where the coffee
I was going to say, one sugar, please.
One sugar. Would you like
Black Americano.
Black Americano. Back in a moment.
Cheers, Ryan. Thanks a million.
Feel good music.
This is Dublin's
Q102.